Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a timeless reading for the collective, so whenever and however you come across this video, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. We've been pulling one card randomly every morning from the MEGADECK. You can look down in the description below to see more information about that. And today's card is pulled from the Crystal Grid Oracle deck by Nicola McIntosh, and it's card number 4, Self-Love. And our stone for the day is Cobalto Calcite. And I wasn't familiar with Cobalto Calcite, so I definitely wanted to do some research and check that out. I also want to talk a little bit about the number 4 and the grid that we've got here in front of us. We've talked a lot on this channel. If you've been here more than once, you know this. If you are new here, please feel welcome in this space. Relax. We talk about anything that regards living our most authentic selves and living our most authentic lives, being our most authentic selves. And this card is spot on, right on, for what we always keep talking about. So please feel welcome in this space. That's all you're ever going to hear is love and support, encouragement. And as we ask for guidance and clarification from our angels, our spirit team, God, source, universe, however you define that which can't be defined. But we have the card numbered 4 in this numbered deck. And it's interesting because the previous reading that we just had was a number 3, and we'd had several of those. So it's like we're moving out of the 3 space into the 4 space. When you think about the number 4, like in tarot, 4s are usually, they represent stability. And they represent stability in numerology as well. The number 4 as an angel number, or in numerology, it's a sign of love, support, and finding your own strength. It represents stabilization. Observing the number 4 as an angel number suggests that you are in the process of grounding, rooting, and cultivating an infrastructure that's truly built to last. Think of a doorway. I always say 4 is the door. 4 is the door. What does that actually mean? Well, actually, it's a doorway. You have one column on each side, and you have a lintel going across the top, and then you've got the step, the door step down at the bottom. So you always have, it's a square, it's a rectangle, it is a portal. Number 4 cards are always portal cards for me because of that reference to the number 4 specifically. The number 4 is a logical and rational number that brings a sense of security and consistency. It can be your life path, personality, soul, or karmic number, but wherever you find the number 4, it means you have something to learn about hard work, discipline, patience, order, and stability. One of the things that I love about the number 4 is when you look on the keyboard, on your computer or your laptop, whatever you have that's got an actual keyboard. I don't know, I think they do it actually on the cell phone too. Above the number 4 is the $sign. Just saying. Guardian angels and spirit guides use the energy of the number 4 to guide us on our path, encouraging us to trust in their presence and the universe's divine order. When we see this number repeatedly, it is a sign that we are being watched over and that we are not alone in our journey. So just some little snippets about the number 4. I don't go into that number a lot on this channel, so I wanted to take the opportunity to do that with you and for you today. So what is this stone that we are working with at the very center of this grid here? Because I know we've got some other, probably optical calcite. I haven't looked in the book. You and I will go through the book reading in just a few minutes after we get the messages that are coming to us directly from the image on the card itself, from the grid, from the crystal energy that is encapsulated and intentioned through this image. But what is cobalto calcite or cobaltoan calcite, cobalt calcite? And it's also known as the Aphrodite stone. It is an uncommon variety of calcite that has cobalt impurities. And again, this is pulled from the crystalcouncil.com website. It's one of my favorite websites. I don't have any affiliation with them at all. They probably have no idea who I am. But I do refer a lot of times to that for these stones that I'm not really familiar with. This is an uncommon variety of calcite that has cobalt impurities. Usually the amount of cobalt within determines how pink the stone is. You'll most likely see this mineral in tiny druzy clusters over matrix, although some areas in Europe have unearthed material able to be cut and polished. This mineral was first discovered in the Calamita mine in Tuscany, Italy. Since then, only a handful of localities have been found throughout the world, so this is a very rare and precious stone. The most important veins of this mineral are currently located in the Congo, Morocco, Australia, Mexico, the UK, Spain, Italy, and Switzerland. And what has always fascinated me is how these get distributed. Why they get distributed the way that they do. I'm going to start pulling up maps and charting, noting where these are coming up and seeing, is there some kind of pattern? How did these minerals come together to form these stones in these particular locations, which seem to be completely apart from each other, but something had to have happened that was exactly the same with or similar, enough similar to have created these similar stones with this particular configuration. Just very interesting thing off the top of my head there. But the meaning and energy, this is a talisman of love that will help you discover your true emotions buried within. This stone helps pull out all the suppressed feelings we hold so dear to us. The relaxing vibrations that emanate from this stone will assist you in finally dropping your guard around those precious emotions and release them. When you begin this process, many experiences, thoughts, and feelings may be brought up and cause you to feel a little uncomfortable. This stone is here to hold you, to hold the space for you in times like this, and to provide as much nourishment and love as you will need to get through that trauma that you are processing. Cobalto calcite will remind you how strong of a person you truly are to continue moving forward each day, even bearing all this weight. As we release this weight, you will realize just how much negativity there's been carrying around with you daily. While facing these experiences, you'll learn to grow from them. Take those blessings of those lessons with you, and soon realize what having a cleansed soul truly means. Each day, you will have more space to love and to do things that truly make you happy. This will help you live a life full of joy and compassion, while also getting where and what you came from. I love that. That's amazing. So that's just about the stone itself. That's not even the reading from the book or anything that we're getting in terms of messages from the image itself, but very, very simple, four-pointed structure here in this grid. This is power. This is raw power. When we talk about self-love on this channel, and we talk about it a lot, because that's the foundation that you use to build your authentic life, to be able to be and live your most authentic self, is coming from that place of self-love, self-compassion, self-respect, self-esteem, self-honesty, self-compassion. We all have stuff that we are always processing. That's just an ongoing thing. That's never going to end, and nobody is so special that they get out of that. In one form and fashion or another, everybody is processing what they've been dealing with in the past. The question becomes is how are you processing it? Are you processing it by just living in negative experiences and letting those old emotions rule your current reality and your future going forward? Or are you releasing those bound emotions of shame, of guilt, of fear, of bitterness, of betrayal? Those things they're ego bound and they are holding you down. When we release these, and everybody's got them. Everybody's got them. Everybody's doing this. So I know I am talking to you. You are in some form, in some way, some part of this process. A lot of times as we go through this, it feels very circular, like this grid, like we're just going around in circles. The same things keep coming up, the same situations, the same type of people, the same type of things with finance or health or whatever, transportation, that this stuff keeps happening. Why does this keep happening to me? If this is something that you or something similar that you have said recently, I'm here to tell you it's not happening to you. You're allowing yourself to continue to relive it by allowing yourself to continue to rely on the old way you used to deal with it, where you'd get angry, you'd get frustrated, you'd get annoyed, you'd get fearful, you'd get anxious. And your brain actually gets less oxygen when you're in those places because your blood pressure's gone up. It's moving the blood into your core so that you are ready to either fight or flee. And you don't need to be in that place. You're dealing with this chronic issue of whatever it is that keeps coming around. Use that circular path and turn it into a spiral, where it may look like you're passing over the same ground again, but you're on a new level. You have elevated yourself out of that previous place where now you can recognize, this is that thing that keeps coming up. It's like an annual thing for me. I go through this thing. I have, I get sick or whatever, but I'm not going to react to it the same way this time. I'm going to do something different. So whatever it was that I usually do, my first reaction to do whatever, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that this time. I'm going to do it differently. Now, whether it's going to be successful this time around or not, we'll find out. But you're going to do it differently. And when you do that, you're changing the future. You're changing your reality. When you make that decision, you are now, whether it's successful or not, it's like Edison and the light bulb, find 10,000 ways that you just haven't made it work yet. But there's always going to be that 10,001th time or the 10,012th time, whatever. However many times you have to go through it, as soon as you recognize that that's what is happening, it changes it. It makes it become, it automatically raises you into a new level where now you are looking at it rather than just simply existing in it. And that's the definition of self-love, is when we can come to that place where we can look at what we're doing, we can look at what happened, and we can make conscious choices on how to respond, what to say, what to think, what to feel. That we are making those choices consciously and with a specific intent of changing the way that this has gone traditionally in the past. That's the definition of self-love right there. Let's take a look in the book and find out what we've got for our reading for today. We've got cobalto, calcite, and quartz. That's it. This is a simple grid. Yeah. This is a simple grid created to make the centerpiece the main focus. You. It is a stone of beauty, of unconditional love. This is a time for self-discovery, to learn more about you, and to love yourself unconditionally without judgment. We just had this in the previous Love Seat Therapist reading. Go check that out if you haven't already. There is no need to compare yourself to others. You, too, have special qualities, and it's time to show the world who you are. By looking within and loving what you see, you give yourself permission to be you. When you love yourself, you will draw others to you who will love you for who you are. Opening your heart center will also bring great joy into your life. Sometimes just changing the way in which you look at yourself can change the way others also see you. Your strength and your confidence need to come from within. Only then can you truly shine. Your heart chakra, the center of your chakra system, is like your powerhouse to the chakras, but is also the way in which you connect with the world around you. If you are coming from a place of love, your world reflected back to you will be love. If you come from a place of fear, your whole energy system will contract and you'll draw more fear-based situations into your life. This is the reason why so many wise men and women say, to find love, you must first go within. In order for you to create a life that showers you with love, you must first love yourself. When you love yourself, you become more compassionate to others because you understand that you're not perfect and you love yourself despite this and because of your imperfections. You can then apply the same compassion to others and realize that you are here learning, so you need to be gentle on yourself. Cast aside your judgment of yourself and know that you attract what you are. Be love, and you will attract love. And our exercise for the day: write a list of all the times you would love, all of the things you would love to do for yourself if you had the time and money. You can make this list as full of little and big things as you want, anything. From going to your favorite coffee shop or reading a book in the sun with a cuppa, to camping or traveling somewhere exotic. Really think about what brings you joy and what you have not given yourself in a long time. Write out your list again, but this time put in order the things into which you can do immediately and things that might be longer-term goals. This is now your self-love list. It is up to you to place yourself on your priority list and to make time to give back to yourself. Take a bath. Go on a holiday. Have a massage or pamper yourself in any way you like and start making it a habit. Well, yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that, as well as all of the other information that's come with this reading. I love that. That is great. So yes, how do you show self-love to yourself? You show that by beating yourself up over all of the things you didn't get done that day, all the things that you still have to do, things that you said that maybe weren't the most loving, most kind, most compassionate way to say them, things that you're saying to yourself. How are you speaking to yourself? Are you saying, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of success. I am worthy of every good thing that is out there awaiting for me. It's waiting for me to just shift into that place. And how do I shift into that place? How I think, how I feel. Heart-brain coherence, quantum field interaction. There we go. Does that mean that, I can close my eyes and blink? I'm living in this mansion, on this hilltop, overlooking the ocean, whatever. Does that mean that happened right that second? No. Does that mean that I am closer to being in that space? Yes. Does it mean I am closer to being the person who already attained that? Your future self already got that. So all you have to do is just recognize that future self is you. There is no difference between the two of you. It's simply a question of distance in time, space. And the more that you spend time in that space of being that perfected self, being that most true self, your most true self, your truest self, when you are concentrating on that, everything you're doing around you and everything that is happening around you has got to bend to that reality. It has no choice. And you'll start seeing more money coming into your world. You'll start seeing more love and more acclamations coming into your world. You're going to start seeing things change as soon as you change. But it's up to you, honey. You have to make that determination. I want to be my truest self now, right in this moment. And what does that mean? Maybe that means closing my eyes and just taking a couple of deep breaths and giving myself a chance to rest between the million tasks that I've set for myself for the day. What does that mean in terms of your workload? You know, does that mean you give yourself a little extra time? You do some time blocking instead of just rushing from one thing to another, to give yourself that space, hold space for yourself. That's what this card, that's what this reading is inviting, encouraging you to do. Hold space for yourself. Show yourself that same things that you would wish other people would be doing for you. Do that for yourself. If you don't have the time, money, resources to go have a massage, just breathe. Just take a few seconds. It costs nothing. You have to do it anyways. Just breathe. Close your eyes and breathe and feel those muscles relaxing in your back, in your shoulders, in your neck. Just drop your shoulders. Relax your jaw. You don't need to pay money for a fancy whatever. You have the ability to do this on your own, and it takes 60 seconds. Now open your eyes and you feel energized, you feel renewed, you feel ready. So that's our reading for the day. I do hope that it resonated and blessed you. Feel free to leave any comments if you would like to do that, as well as if you haven't already liked and or subscribed. I don't get any money from these videos, but it does help the YouTube algorithm help other people find these videos and find the channel if they're looking for the similar kind of content. So thank you again for joining us on this little adventure for the day. You are love. That's what you need to realize. That is your truest expression of who you are, is when you are coming from that place of love, and it starts with self-love. So give yourself permission. This card, this image in front of you is your permission slip to be kind to yourself today. I love you. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. Namaste and ciao for now.